With a yo-ho-ho, it's Tale of the Toaster. Welcome to Sonic Lost World Deadly 6th Edition. I've got 43 lives. Let's start the hidden world. Remember when I told you it was weird? I think you might have underestimated how weird it might have actually been. No, I mean, it's really weird. This is a level. I've basically already completed it. You're just on a giant-sized Rubik's Cube and you get these blocks with faces as if they're from the Mario universe. You just have to home into them and kick them off, which will extend your time limit by 10 seconds, even though I only see it go up by 5. This level is basically designed to be a way to get animals, or flickies, to use the official term. You can homing attack as well, it doesn't have to be a kick. But yeah, it's endless if you want it to be. Those things can kill you. You could accidentally fall off the side, I guess, or get killed by a block, or run out of time, which is supposed to be the main concern, if that's an appropriate word choice. I'm not really concerned by anything, to be honest. I won't be crying when I die in this world. But it's impossible to lose, actually, because you need to run out of time in order to finish this place. And when you run out of time, it congratulates you and tells you, yeah, finish. You just get an animal for each block that you kill. When they stomp on the ground, it changes the colour of the floor for no apparent reason. You've basically seen the level now. The final level of Hidden World requires you to have 7,000 flickies, so if you don't have close to that amount in your own playthrough, so I know some of you have bought this game thanks to this Let's Play. Peachy Boy 1 just got it for Christmas. It's made me very happy. But yeah, try and bring yourself up to nearly 7,000 here. Otherwise, I think I'm quite done with this now. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, you can fail, actually. If you get killed by the block, then that's it. I've still kept my flickies from before my death, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, you can't just get killed by a block. You have to let the timer run out. So sorry. So I'm just going to allow it to run out now. Well, I'll get rid of this white one because they seem the most threatening and damaging for some reason. Maybe I've just imagined that. Literally, as soon as you land, you just do this spring bounce. I need to stop. I just habitually beat one of these blocks. No, we're running out the timer. Like, I was so confused when I played this for the first time. I'm like, am I close to beating this yet? Is it nearly over? It's never over. Not unless you decide to give up, basically. So run around in circles, rolling around at the speed of not that fast, to be honest, because we've only got a small cube to run on. And it doesn't get much more sane from here. I mean, the next level makes sense. It's also the most fun of the 4. So let's just get straight into that. I'm going to beat all 4 levels in the same video, no matter how long it takes. Zone 2 focuses on a character introduced in Sonic 2. Yes, who said that Sonic is the only playable character in Sonic Lost World? I am playing as Tails here, in his plane. Like, this is some of the most Tails planey content in any Sonic game. It should have been mentioned in Challengers Approaching's Top 5 Pilots' Tails segment by Trail Mix Plays. I am stuck. How would I get past them? But yeah, you get to play on the tornado. You can press... Like, the idea here, you've got to avoid the enemies, obviously. Run through the clocks to extend the time limit because the time limit is quite tight. I've got 15 seconds left at the moment. And keep an eye out for boost panels to make you go faster. The hitbox is kind of messed up on the plane. You can clip through the wall, you can clip through the enemies and get away with it all. But getting boost rings, boost pads isn't too advisable at the start because this upcoming section, not that one that I've just been through, but the next one has some really tight curves, and if you're going too fast, then you're just not gonna make it, frankly. So do keep an eye on the time limit, but if you were going too fast, then this... apparently it is still all over for me anyway. Yeah, and I don't know if you've had the chance to really hear it, but the music here is very reminiscent of Tails' theme from Sonic Adventure, and any throwback to Sonic Adventure is appreciated in my mind because that is my real favourite Sonic game, not Lost World. So, 25th anniversary, I would really like Sonic Adventure 3. Even if apparently I just learned the other day that Sonic Unleashed was called The Sonic Adventure in Japan. Obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm referring to the 2006 title, was also meant to be an adventure type thing. I don't know if it's possible, but boy, that is what I want the most. I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic Adventure 2 necessarily, but you know, if they took the shadow levels out of there and then put it into a more Sonic Adventure 1 style experience, that would be great. But perhaps my commentary should focus more on the fact we're actually flying a plane. Like, this is the only level in Sonic Lost World that... oh my word. That right there was the end of the level. I was in the last stretch, but during an automatic section where you're immediately sent forwards to the very end of the level, I flicked the control stick and just crashed my own plane. Oh, Tale of the Toaster, sometimes I don't know what to do with you. But yeah, basically what I've learned from replaying this level is the plane can hit anything. It can hit these enemies, it can hit the walls because they're only made of clouds. The new DLC character. It's Sonic himself that has a hitbox, and apparently I triggered it there. Yeah, it just occurred to me what I've been doing wrong. I think I've figured it out. I was running out of time. Don't know how I managed it. I thought I was collecting all the timers in front of me, but I must have missed some because yes, the problem was I was letting the time limit run out on me. So that was the most understandable level in terms of Sonic conventions, because you know Tails is a pilot, and then this one is the most conventional in terms of gameplay, but it's definitely still its own unique thing. We get this kind of psychedelic background and assortment of black panels, and unlike the other ones where it's a case of, you know, get on your plane to the end or survive on a Rubik's Cube for as long as you want. This is actually a get to the end of the level. We've had quite a break from them now, but now we've actually got a level we need to complete, and this is quite long, and I was about to say the least entertaining of the bonus levels, but then again, that Rubik's Cube, man, I mean, at least one good thing about it is it can, if you want, be beaten in 30 seconds flat. Anyway, but yes, at the moment it is just standard, typical platforming. The ones with the yellow outlines move forward as a group, while the ones with the green outlines will just stay put. But now it's getting into a bit more of a Super Mario Galaxy 2 Legendary Sandbird level type thing, where the platforms moving forward, just like said Sandbird, will collide with pillars that will destroy the platforms, and you've got to be standing in the right place. There's a few skydiving sections as well. Let's just dive fast straight into the checkpoint. This is also the first bonus level and only level in the hidden world to have checkpoints, by the way. And these platforms, I don't know if they were doing it all along, but now they're disappearing under our feet. Have I abandoned a platform somewhere? No, there's a 5 thing. I don't have much faith in myself to even get to the number 4. I'm a goner. But thank the Lord there are checkpoints in this one, because you wouldn't want to do this long level from start to finish. It's not bad by any means, it's just long and it doesn't give you much opportunity to go fast. Like, you can do the long spin dash jump so that you can clear out some big jumps extra early, but then suddenly it'll get you to a point where you needed one of those group blocks of yellows and you'll have already sped past it because you're trying too hard to go fast. It's just advisable to take this level slow. This is kind of the normal level amongst the weirdness to flash out the world, while still trying to be a bit weird with its psychedelic colours and disappearing platforms in a bit of a Sonic first, I think. I don't know my complete history, but let's just press on and on and on. Well, yes, I have played Xeno. Really? I wasn't even holding the run button, I only tapped the A button. I think I just let go of the buttons after it was too late. See, I'm starting to go faster now. Maybe this is... I should listen to my own advice for a bit and just slow it down. I don't even want the 5. I don't want to be tempted by it. Oh no, I've made new progress. I need to kick in with the commentary, of course. That can bring me to a point, actually. No! The point I was trying to bring up is that I've LP'd so many RPGs on my channel now. Inazuma 11, Paper Mario. They're all like games where you can just play them solidly without having to cook, because they're RPGs. Vast World, you just walk around and talk to people. You cut out a few battles, but the first time in... is it ever that... yeah, it's the first time ever I've done a platformer, and indeed I'm not used to the idea that when you... like, if you die and you decide you don't need to show that part of the level again and you just want to cut, then you are just playing that bit of the level back to yourself. I must have not gone to the right side. You are... in fact, I don't even need to go on there. It's just for rings and flickies, and I've got enough flickies to sort me out for the rest of the game, so I'm just gonna sit here. But yeah, like, I'm not as good at Sonic Lost World as I thought I was. I always known I was an amateur Sonic Let's Player, and part of the idea behind this Let's Play was to have a more relatable kind of walkthrough for people who aren't pros. Generally, Sonic tubers are all really good at what they do, so they're not very relatable with their gameplay, but I've been even worse than I imagined, and some of these late games recordings, there's been more time where I've just been silently replaying the level back to myself more than I've actually been commentating, and that's something I'm not used to. And also my point getting interrupted. I'm quite used to my point getting interrupted in Mario Power Tennis, because I'd have to interrupt everything I was saying with Flying Shot Boom! Whenever I did the move of that namesake. That was only like for a few seconds. Here, if I'm doing a sentence and then I die, then I've got to wait a few minutes to resume what I was saying. I've not been used to it at all, but that doesn't mean to say I've not enjoyed doing Lost World. That's just the iffy part. Now, Zone 4. It does get weirder. We've got the same psychedelic background, but now we've got an auto-scroller in something in a style I don't think has ever been seen in video games. Each bubble has its own piece of gravity surrounding it, and when you hit A, you limitlessly jump until you make it to the next bubble. Or you just miss. Like, don't try and do the A button to do a normal jump. You will just endlessly fly upwards and you will die. Now you can land on these spike balls, and weirdly enough the spike balls are the good things that you want to land on. As weird as that may sound, the other things being those kind of... these... Does it need describing? Like little hamster pac-men. Like, they've got the colour scheme of Hamtaro and Rick the Hamster from Kirby. By the way, happy birthday, Ricky! Master Jake Studios, I'm recording this on his birthday from Challengers Approaching, and also great content creator on his own channel. You should subscribe, he's better than me and he's from New Zealand. Ah, I knew I had to die at some point. But yes, this level has no checkpoint, so I shall certainly be cutting after every death. Now these Hamtaro pac-men, as I'm just gonna call them, do they even have official names? Yeah, if you land on one of their bubbles, then you will unleash them and they'll follow you for a bit. They're not that persistent, they won't try for too long, but the way to defeat them if you don't fancy just waiting them out, you need to fire these wrecking balls back into their faces. And that's the gist of it. There's, you know, it's auto-scroll, and then we get bloody massive hamster ball! Yeah, when you think of Zone 4 in Sonic, in Sonic Lost World, what do you think? You think boss. And even the hidden world is no exception. You gotta beat this guy like you would any other weird hamster ball, except you have to wait until its mouth is open to fire the spheres back. Finally, we don't have a choice in the matter but to land on one of these smaller Hamtaro pac-men. But yeah, now the level is kind of limitless, up to a point. I'm sure it'll end eventually, but it's not about getting to the end anymore, it's about finishing off this boss. So wait until its mouth is open, otherwise your ball will just bounce off. Fire now! No, that's not the right timing. Let's try again. By the way, I might as well point out as a oh god, I was worried I'd already run out of time. Sonic Lost World isn't the only Sega Wii U game I'm playing at the moment. I'm now playing through Bayonetta 2 because I feel me and her got off on the wrong foot in my 2Brits React to Bayonetta DLC video, so I thought, alright, I'll try her game, it could be fun, and it's alright, not really my thing, I'm still not that excited about her being in Smash, but at least I'm trying. So now the hamster ball has got its own hamster cage, as it were. You need to time it right, because not only does its mouth need to be open, but you also need to slot the ball through the gaps in the shields. So, oh, and I got hit by my own wrecking ball for the first time. Okay. What? Right, I may as well go from the start. This is definitely a good level in principle. It's an original idea that I've never seen before, and it introduces a brand new enemy to the Sonic series. You can definitely say it does that. But the lack of checkpoints in a slow auto-scrolling level is always gonna be quite aggravating, especially when it is a reasonable challenge. I'd say I definitely died more times in the last level, but this requires a bit more thought and precision throughout. So let's fire it while its mouth's still closed, and then hopefully its big gob will open up while I'm firing at it. Close, fire! Only just. But yeah, like, I'm not that far into Bayonetta 2, so it might get better. I've heard the original game's better anyway, which I don't currently own. But, you know, he only needs one more hit when he gets that barrier open now. I can't fire the mini things into his mouth. What am I trying? But I'll persist with it, but probably the next game I've got to beat would either be Mario & Luigi Paper Jam or Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Both games for which I'm in the final area of the game, and I don't know which I'm going to complete first. But there we go. Meanwhile, I've just kind of completed Sonic Lost World. Like, that was the last zone of the game, apart from the Nightmare Zone, which I can't get. So the next video in the playlist will be someone else's commentary-free playthrough of that level. And yay, we get a permanent reminder of this thing in our world map. So yeah, after that other person's video, if you want to check out what that level's like. If you don't, oh well, at least you're sticking to my content. So after this, it's just, let's cover Sonic Lost World 3DS, and let's cover the multiplayer. And that'll be it. Then it'll be time for another Let's Play. It isn't a platformer, so I can commentate for 20 minutes straight, no worries. Goodbye.